If squatting hurts your knee, especially after your 50s or 60s, I know exactly how it shows up in real life. It's not just pain during exercise. It's when you sit down and stand up from a chair, pick something up off the floor, get up from the toilet, get into the car, step up onto a curb, and suddenly you start doing everything with fear, avoiding bending the knee, shifting your body, pushing off with your hands like your knee is about to snap at any moment. And let me tell you, as a physical therapist, this is one of the most common complaints I see. Almost every day someone comes in saying the exact same thing. I'd love to strengthen it, but squats destroy me. But here's the truth. Most of the time, that doesn't mean you're doomed to never squat again. It means your knee is taking load the wrong way, at the wrong angle, or with muscles that aren't helping the way they should yet, especially your hips and glutes. And that's why today I'm going to show you 3 safer squat substitutions for when squats irritate your knee. Substitutions that still build real strength, but with more control, more hip involvement, and way less stress on the front of the knee. You can do them at home with just your body weight, using only a chair and a wall. And if you have a mini band, at the end I'll show you a simple bonus that improves alignment and makes a lot of people feel their knee is more stable while moving. We're doing a countdown, from exercise 3 to exercise 1. Number 3 will wake up your glutes and take pressure off the knee. Number 2 will train your legs with almost no knee bend. And number 1 is my favorite when the knee is sensitive, but still mimics real-life movement, adjustable and safe. Now, before we start, I need to give you 2 quick rules I teach my patients, because they decide whether this will help or whether you'll irritate the knee again. Rule number 1, pain is not the goal, and pushing through it almost always makes things worse. When you do these moves, you might feel muscle effort, a burn in the glute, thigh, hamstrings. That's great. But sharp knee pain, that pinching feeling in the front of the knee or deep inside the joint, is not what we're looking for. Rule number 2, your knee gives you the answer the next day. If you finish today and tomorrow you wake up the same or better, looser, more stable, less fearful, great, we're on the right track. But if you wake up with the knee more sensitive, stiffer, or with pain you didn't have, that's a sign the dose was too high, too much range, too much time, or too much intensity. And then we don't quit, we just adjust. But remember, this video does not replace a medical appointment to find the cause of your pain, and it doesn't replace the follow-up and guidance of your physical therapist. Our goal is educational, bringing safe information to more people. When pain shows up during squatting, in most cases it isn't bone grinding, like many people imagine. It's mechanical stress on certain knee structures, especially around the patella, the front of the knee. And here's the key point. The more you bend the knee, the more patellofemoral stress tends to increase, especially when you squat deep or add load. That's not just an opinion. A classic study measured this and showed patellofemoral stress increases as knee flexion angle increases during squats, and it rises even more with external resistance. A more recent biomechanics review reinforces the same idea and adds a very practical clinical takeaway. For people with patellofemoral pain, shallow to moderate depth squats tend to be more tolerable precisely because they reduce stress on the kneecap joint. So what does physical therapy do with that? We don't ban movement, we adjust the method and the dose. In fact, international guidelines for common issues in older adults, like knee osteoarthritis, put therapeutic exercise as the foundation of treatment because it improves pain and function when prescribed correctly. That's exactly why today I'm not going to tell you to squat harder. I'm going to give you 3 substitutions that shift the mechanics in your favor. Let's go. Exercise 3. Glute Bridge. Sit on a chair for a second and notice something. A lot of people try to strengthen the leg, but the glutes are basically asleep. And when the glutes don't do their job, the knee ends up compensating. That's why the glute bridge is our number 3 exercise. It's a safe way to wake up the hips without irritating the knee joint. Lie on your back on a firm bed or on the floor with a mat. Bend your knees and place your feet down about hip-width apart. Arms stay by your sides, relaxed. Now before you lift, I want you to lock in 2 details. These are what make this exercise actually work. Detail 1. Ribs down and core firm. Don't arch your lower back and push your belly up. Think of it like gently bracing your trunk, just enough so the effort goes to the hips, not your back. Detail 2. Push through your heels and hold 2 seconds at the top while squeezing your glutes. A lot of people go up and down fast. Here, you're learning the right way. Lift with control. Reach the top. Squeeze your glutes like you're trying to bring your cheeks together. Hold for 2 seconds and lower slowly. And here's the most common mistake that makes people think bridges don't do anything. They lift too high and dump the work into the spine. A good bridge feels like a glute exercise, not a back exercise. Now, if your knee is sensitive and you still feel discomfort, here's the modification. Bring your feet a little closer to your hips and do a shorter bridge, half range, while keeping that strong glute squeeze at the top. Another option is isometrics. Lift, hold for 10 to 20 seconds, lower, rest, and repeat. Beginner dose, 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps with that 2-second pause at the top. Or, if you prefer isometrics, 3 rounds of 15 seconds holding at the top. When you finish, it's common to feel an activation in the hips and the side of your glutes. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Exercise 2. Supported Hip Hinge, Supported RDL. Now we're moving to a pattern I use all the time in physical therapy when someone wants stronger legs. But their knee isn't tolerating squats. Because here the work goes to the glutes and hamstrings with very little knee bend. You'll need a chair, a sturdy table, or a countertop, something you can lightly rest your hands on for balance and confidence. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Place your hands on the chair or table. Now, unlock your knees just a little. Think soft knees, not locked out, but not deeply bent either. And now, memorize these 2 details because they're everything in this exercise. Detail 1. The movement is the hips going back. Imagine you're trying to tap your butt on the wall behind you. You're not dropping straight down, you're moving back. That's the hip hinge. Detail 2. Shins almost vertical, weight mid-foot to heel. If your knees start drifting forward, it turns into a squat, and that's not what we want here. The goal is to feel a light stretch in the back of your thigh and your glutes loading up. Push your hips back. Your torso leans forward a bit. Keep a long spine, and lower only until you feel a comfortable hamstring stretch. Then come back up by squeezing your glutes like you're driving the hips forward again. If you're feeling it in the knee, it's usually one of these 2 mistakes. Common mistake number 1. Bending the knees too much and turning it into a squat. Fix it by pushing the hips farther back and reducing the knee bend. Common mistake number 2. Rounding the spine and collapsing through the back. That's where the chair support helps. Keep your chest open, spine long, and don't go as low. Remember, a smaller range done well beats a bigger range done badly. Modification for stiffness or fear of hinging. Do a very small hinge, just 20% of the motion, like a small back and forth of the hips. Even short, if you do it with intention and control, it activates the hamstrings and improves the pattern. Recommended dose. 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps, very slow. Think of a tempo like 3 seconds down, 1 second up. That rhythm builds stability and removes the rush that tends to irritate joints. And that's it. After this exercise, a lot of people already feel their leg is more solid without the knee complaining, because you trained strength using a different strategy. Exercise 1. Wall mini squat. Now number 1 is my favorite when the knee feels sensitive. The wall mini squat, because you control the depth and avoid that going down and losing the knee feeling. Lean your back against the wall, feet hip-width apart. And here's the adjustment that changes everything. Your feet should be a little in front of you, not glued to the wall. If your feet are too close, your knee takes more stress. Lock in 2 details. Go down only a little and go slow. We want a comfortable angle, not a deep squat. Knees track in the same direction as your feet, toward the 2nd, 3rd toe, without collapsing inward. Keep your weight through the midfoot and heel. The movement is just sliding a little bit down. Hold 1 second and come back up. That's your wall mini squat. Common mistake. dropping too deep to prove you can, or letting the knees cave in. If that happens, come up a bit and shorten the range. Dose, 2 sets of 8 to 10 short reps, or 2 to 3 rounds holding for 15 seconds. Now stay with me for the bonus, because one simple detail can help a lot of people keep the knee aligned and feel less day-to-day knee pain. If you have a mini band, place it just above your knees. This helps wake up the side glutes and improves alignment, especially if your knee tends to cave inward. For it to actually work, you need to pay attention. Don't force your knees wide open. It's just a gentle outward pressure, like you're keeping the knees lined up the whole time. You should feel your glutes, not pain in the knee. And you can't cheat by turning your feet outward. Keep your feet stable on the ground and keep the knees tracking toward the second to third toe. You can use the mini band in 2 moments. During the glute bridge, keep a light outward pressure as you lift and hold 2 seconds at the top. During the wall mini squat, same idea, light outward pressure while you go down a short, controlled range. Most common mistakes: using a band that's too strong, your body compensates, and the knee gets irritated. Start light. Turning the feet outward to beat the band, you lose the glute effect. Do these 3 exercises 4 times per week, and after 14 days come back and tell me how you're doing. If you feel these movements already make your knee feel more in control, I want to help you go further, because what truly changes a knee isn't one random exercise. It's a progressive plan with the right sequence, the right dose, and tweaks for each type of pain. That's why I left a complete program here that I recommend when someone wants relief, plus strengthening, plus confidence to get back to daily movements without guessing what to do. It's called Knee Pain Relief Codes, and the link is in the first pinned comment. Take a look, especially if you've already tried random YouTube exercises and couldn't stay consistent or ended up irritating your knee. Now I want you to do one thing. Write in the comments your age and where you're watching from. That helps me get to know you better. And if you do this for 2 weeks, come back and comment again. After 2 weeks, my squat pain is better, the same, worse. I read the comments, and it helps a lot of people who are in the same situation. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe to Physio Tips, and share it with someone who says, I can't squat because my knee hurts. Your knee doesn't need less movement. It needs better chosen movement. See you in the next video.